what is happening in Chicago? Can you tell me why Matt Nagy, after Justin Fields not only shows improvement, comes up with his first career win, and also shows that I get sacked 9 times one week. I'm not broken as a quarterback. I'm not broken mentally. I'm not broken spiritually. I'm going to come out and make some flash throws that Bears fans have been waiting to see from the quarterback position, and then the coach comes out and says it's Dalton's job once he's healthy again. Can you walk me through all that, Daniel?
Rich, I would love to. If I understood it, I would do my best to explain it to you. But I don't. And you kind of took the words out of my mouth, because I feel like we've been talking about these young quarterbacks entering the league for a long time together. And I stick to my same tried and true answer, which is if I think they're physically tough enough and mentally tough enough, let's let them get their mistakes out. Let's let them play, and let's let them learn. And let's let them grow. And I don't think there's any question at all about Justin Fields' mental and physical toughness to be able to, work through some of these rough patches. Man, I saw a lot of good when you watched that game the other day. Ran the ball really well, off-play action. They were taking shots down the field, which is what he does really well. I mean, he throws a beautiful deep ball. He can drive it. Haven't even really incorporated his legs all that much. But they went out, they're competitive, and they won a football game, and he played really well. So I don't, for the life of me, understand it. I just don't. I would love to explain it to you, but it makes no sense. And we can look at all these young quarterbacks. I mean, Zach Wilson was really bad in some of those early games this year. But if you're a Jets fan, you're watching that saying, good, let's get these mistakes over with. Right. These are all learning opportunities. He's keeping his head up. I mean, the kid come out last week and played great and made some big-time throws. And there's going to be terrible games littered throughout this season. But you see it going somewhere. Starting Andy Dalton doesn't lead anywhere. It takes you nowhere.
But you've been in, facilities. You've been in meeting rooms. You've been in front offices. You've been all over the place in this league before you're doing what you're doing right here. What could it possibly be? I mean, what could it possibly be? Because everybody's you know how this works in our business, that when things are confusing, you fill the void with all sorts of crazy stuff like, he wants to show that if he's not calling the plays, he's calling the shots. I don't know the guy. He's only come on this show and has been totally straightforward. He's terrific with the media. And but it just makes no sense to me that, yes, we've gotten him his reps in practice with the ones. He's getting in rhythm. He's won a game, and he's made some great throws. But if Andy Dalton's bone bruise is fine, he's the one who's going against Max Crosby and that defense that was all over Justin Herbert in the Monday Nighter, like in Vegas. Like, is that literally what we're going to see in Vegas next week?
Well, I mean, here are a couple things. Number one, I worked with Matt for a couple years in Philadelphia, and he's a good guy.
Right.
So, that I can't imagine in a million years it would be because he wanted to show everybody he's got power. What I think there's a couple theories I would have. Number one, you've got coaches who always operate on the short term, and general managers, for the most part, operate with the long term. So a coach can save my job. In order to save my job, I've got to, developing a young quarterback, and maybe he's not. I don't think he's ready, and we're losing games. Maybe that doesn't save my job. So there's some of that short-term thinking there, and it also could be, sometimes you can have an over-belief in your system, right, in the X's and O's, and Andy Dalton, because of his just experience level. Maybe our playbook is, a couple hundred pages bigger with Andy Dalton, which allows me the option to run my entire offense. Whereas with Justin, as with any rookie, it's a little more limiting. But I'll go to my grave saying it's about players, not plays. Give me the best. You go get you the best coach. I'll go get the best players, and I'll take my chances.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.